What's up, y'all? I'm good. I ain't tripping. Part of the swag, baby. I'm playing.
Caleb Bullock made an unbelievable hustle play for you guys. I don't know if you're able to see it, just what's going on through your mind as you guys watch that to set you guys up to have the moment you had.
Yeah, that's a huge play, man. Like, NFL is about it's a game of inches, a game of yards. They come down to small details that we always talk about, and D'Amico always talks about, man, just give us a blade of grass to stand up on, and I trust in our defense to come up big, and they did, man. So shout out to Kalen playing really well as a rookie. I know how hard that is, and so I'm really proud of him, and being a West Coast kid. I know how hard and tough, he is and how he works hard. So, man, I'm just super proud of him. And, he got a lot of success on his way because, man, he's making a lot of plays.
Well, CJ, the final scoring drive that led to the winning touchdown, was there something different that you saw in that drive, or was it just that you were in the 2-minute offense mode?
We honestly didn't even go in the 2 minute, but, we were just clicking now. Like, I know you guys are going to ask me, but, we got to stop moving backwards. And, I mean, every time we do that, we put ourselves in a hard position to be efficient. And I feel like whenever we are on the green side or we're doing well away from penalties, we're moving the ball against anybody, So I definitely think that last drive, we just did a good job of staying in front of the sticks, taking what I seen and, running when I needed to and whatnot. So, I think that we were just locked in. Defense gave us another shot, and that's all we needed, man. So, just like they got our back, we got theirs.
CJ, talk about, and I know you're going to be asked this lots of times, but in terms of your relationship with Nico, it's not always pretty the way the play works out, but somehow you're able to find and talk about y'all's relationship.
Man, it's grown. I always go back to like when I first met Nick, throwing on the field during OTAs, and I told him, man, like you're a superstar, and I'm gonna make sure people know that. And I feel like ever since then, like man, he's had a swag and a confidence, starting from last year, and it's just rolling it now. So he's been big for us. He's always somebody that I lean on, like when I'm ever like just looking down or whatever, he come up to me. He don't do too much. Like he just be like, "Hey, Merrill, like you good? You know who you are." And he always give me confidence, just like I give it to him, because he's just a heck of a player, man. I'm super proud of him. I was told that he was I think he was leading franchise in 4 games. Man, that's huge, bro. With all the great receivers we had, so come through this Texan organization, man. So I'm just I'm very very happy to be a part of his journey.
CJ, you talk a lot about the backyard plays that y'all made, and it seems like a lot of them are made to Nico. I guess how comfortable is it to have somebody, when things go kind of crazy and you're looking and he's going to be open? Any critical situation?
Yeah, honestly, it's like I look for that for everybody, but it's just Nico is somebody he's quick on his feet, and it's kind of crazy because we worked on that from last year, just trying to get that down, or just that's where I feel like I could have elevated my game in a sense, was there scrambling, looking down the field. And then really just as an offense, you know what I mean? So, Nico is definitely at the forefront of that. He's eating off of, scramble drill and whatnot. And, but I think a lot of the other guys are getting open too, and they'll be able to eat off that as well.
CJ, when you look at the defense, second half, less than 200 yards allowed, 1 scoring drive, big stop at the 1-yard line. Just can you talk about their performance to get the offense second opportunities to be able to keep this thing close and eventually pull it?
Man, they played their tails off. It's not always perfect. It's not always, how we draw it up, but that's the NFL. Those guys, the Jaguars are a heck of a team. I don't think that their record, shows who they are. They've had some, some injuries and things like that. But they play really hard, and I feel like, when it's a division opponent as well, it makes it a little harder, just because that means a lot for the playoff run and everything like that. But we got the stack of win. Me and Aziz were talking like we got to play complementary football. When the offense is down, the defense got to pick us up. When the defense down, offense got to pick it up. And special teams got to blanket everything. So we got to play 3 phases of football, at a high level, and we got to clean a lot of things up. But defense played really really well today, I thought.
Hey CJ, can you talk about kind of what goes through your mind when you talk about you got to stop going backwards, but how you're able to stay so calm and focused? What are you thinking in those moments where you're like, you got to make a play? Can you take us through kind of your mindset?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like last night in chapel, our Pastor Von Juan. I forgot what church he's at, but he's from Southeast Houston, and he's talking about you got to go through the mud before you get to the miracle. And that resonated with me, not only just in ball, but just in life. Like, it's not always perfect, but like the mud makes you who you are. And I think the mud we have is self-inflicted mud. But I feel like that kind of motivates us in a sense, and it motivates me just to like, man, like they trying you to see like how great you really gonna be in this 3rd and 20 or the 2nd and 20, like how great you gonna be. See, like I just kind of just challenge myself a little bit. But I don't love it, but I deal with it, and I respect the game, and I just know that like those plays, if we can make them, we don't want to live in that situation. We don't. We're gonna snip this in the bud. It's gonna happen. We're speaking to existence, but I definitely like it motivates me just to be great.
Last three, start back there.
CJ, it seems like at times you guys are just able to turn it on, coming out of halftime, 2-3 and outs, but then that final drive, you guys are moving the ball kind of with ease, aside from the penalties that had you guys go backwards. At what point do you start to look at the offense and say, no, we can be so much better if we play with a faster tempo and be able to play our brand of football?
We're playing our brand of football, man. Like we're just because you get 2-3 and out doesn't mean you're having a bad day. I respect what you're saying. I understand. But just because you go tempo don't mean like things just start rolling. Like we tried that weeks prior and we're just getting shells, So, but I do understand where you're coming from. I think, we can, get more of a tempo, get going a little more, and then not even just staying no huddle, really just getting out the huddle, breaking the huddle the right way. All the elite teams I ever watched growing up, Patriots. I watched Stafford a lot with the Rams. I can go so on and so forth, man. You watch it on TV as a kid, you see how quick they break from the huddle and they get on the line of scrimmage, and the defense feels that. And now you get an opportunity to read the defense a little more, and I think that's where we can take the next level and get better at. But yeah, I definitely do think we came out a little short out of the second half, but it's not about looking down on yourself. It's all about the next play, making the next play the better play. And my team actually helped me doing that. Missed a throw in the first half that I know I can make, and I just rushed it. But they picked me up and came back in the locker room and just went from there. And we don't. That's one thing about ball. You can't like hang your head down too long, because man, the other team ain't doing that. They trying to get you. So. Yeah, but I definitely do understand where you're coming from. But I feel like, man, we got a lot of good things going on offense, and we got to just clean things up for sure.
CJ, you talked about your relationship with Nico. In what ways have you seen him grow as a wide receiver here?
I would just say he's grown a lot, but I just think he needs opportunity. I think Nico's been great since he's been born. I told y'all when I met his dad 2 weeks ago when we played the Bears, and looked just like his pops, but his pops look like he could play. Like he look young to this day. You know what I mean? So I definitely know like Nico been great for a long time. He just needs his opportunity, and I think as he continues to go, he's just gonna continue to get better and better and grow. But I think Ben McDaniel's done a good job, a great job helping him along the way, learning about route running and just like how serious you got to take the game away from Sunday, from Monday all the way to Saturday, how hard you got to prepare. And I think, Ben has helped him do that. And I think as he continues to go, man, you just see him get better and better every week.
CJ, can you just go through the time sequence? It was like the 105 mark, then you got to the 41 second mark, and then all of a sudden it looked like y'all stood around for like 10 seconds rolled off. And can you explain what was happening, what we are trying to do, even though y'all had the scoring drive? What was going on at that point, or what we are trying to get done prior to the scoring drive?
Well, a lot of times, a lot of games come, like I think the first 2 weeks in the NFL was like 11 out of the however games came down from one scoring. And, if you can get the lead or tie it up, not give them an opportunity to go down and drive, that's the goal and the plan we want to do. But we also do want to stay aggressive, but just be smart. Time management, I thought D'Amico and Bobby did a great job, and we ended up scoring, which was great. And then you see we give them 16 seconds. Like, it's hard to operate. Now it's 70 yards down the field. to get a field goal or a touchdown. Like, so you just playing the time game, and we knew we had a field goal, and we would tie the game up and go to overtime, or we could score and not give them much time. Either way it went, you know what I mean? So I thought that was very smart on what we did there. All right, you guys.